everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Buccaneers going up against the Lions. With that, let's welcome in our...
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Detroit! Detroit! Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And right with it here over the middle. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, a 22. They'll look to throw now on first down. Wright's got it. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll drop the throw. Complete to Wright. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. And now a first down following that long gain. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. A great effort there. His second touchdown. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. So here come the Lions now. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's Hoover. The numbers for him from a week ago. 4 catches, 52 yards. Back to throw here.
And what we just saw there was
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Detroit! Back to throw. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. And this one is right down Broadway. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. We'll get our first update of the afternoon for the Meadowlands. The Patriots, they're out to an early lead. Aaron Rodgers leading the way offensively. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
He got 29 yards that time. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. They're going to look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple... So we are in the second quarter now as the offense gets set to take over. They've got it 1st and 10. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They have to be pleased with the way that they moved the football thus far.
And why wouldn't they be? 2 touchdowns on a field goal in their first 3 possessions. They're playing so well right now, the field goal probably feels like a disappointment.
23 yards on the play. Now back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And now with that completion, he's north of 200 yards here in the first half.
And he's going to break our statistician Marvin, isn't he? And Marvin right now is just tallying it up. Hope his hand doesn't hurt too much doing this or keeps hitting the calculator. But my goodness, what a start he is off to. By the end of this game, he could have monster numbers. He just wants to continue to be accurate.
Coming up at halftime, remember, we'll get you out to Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of this first half. That is, of course, inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. Looking to throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. A.J. Green, his first touchdown of the new season. We pick it up second quarter here as the offense gets ready for the drive. So out now come the Lions. They'll look to throw here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Quincy Wilson with the INT. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. Over the middle, complete. It's right. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up third down. He'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll stop. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. A good pickup there, 26 yards. They'll look to throw here on first down. That is caught inside the 5. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A good pickup there, a 22. This offense can certainly move quickly when they want to. 3 plays, 3 pass completions. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this third quarter. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for the...
And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off at the 45. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. It's a tie game as we drop you back in and the offense gets set to take over. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hoover. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 to the 5-yard line. That one goes for 24 yards. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you...
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
On any first and goal, the real estate to work with for the offense is really cut down, and the defense knows it. So they often bring heat and pressure, which they did on this play. Got him down for a loss. Not a big one, but any loss of yardage in this position is tougher.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. They'll set up to throw. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is...
Could seal it. It's a touchdown. Trying to bust out of that losing. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. They'll look to throw. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, second down.
Trying to decipher what's going on out there because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. This to make it a 2-score game. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will push the lead up to double digits now. And final now in our nation's capital. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Russell Wilson, a touchdown pass to help lead the way. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Lions, they're into the win column now as they move to 1-2 on the young season. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay... After a good punt, this offense will start with tough field position inside the 10. They find some open field here. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains. And to give this time to the tailback. Looking to find a lane, but he can't. Reined in at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this one across the 20, but only up to about the 21. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. And man over the middle, and it's complete. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go. Looking to throw. West. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. At 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. And to give this time to the tailback. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. West. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Now a handoff here to his running back. About 3 yards there to the 27. Oh, long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third. To throw on third down. West. He gets it to Brown. Complete. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. And now inside the red zone, the offense will operate. He will push his way down to about the 14. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
The best defensive linemen, they play with great leverage so they can get low and not get burnt.
Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. Oh, and now he bowls him over and stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. It's a good gain of 11, sets him up 1st and goal.
Consider themselves lucky they only give up a first down and not a touchdown.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably doing play actions.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. And all about timing. And we drop you into the the start of this next possession. The score, 7-0. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. Two minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Going to give this time to the tailback. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. On 3rd down, West. And right side, Henry's got it. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Charger first down.
Many different ways to create space, but on that play, he did it with that big, wide body of his. Didn't get a whole lot of yardage on the play, but it did what it was supposed to. Picked up a first down.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Now the Chargers will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. Back to throw. West. And it's complete. Henry. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger first down. And he quickly clocks it, and they're going to have a good shot at getting 3 here before the break. An update from a game going on in Indianapolis. The Raiders are out to an early lead. Derek Carr with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And this one is right down the middle. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game.
All right, Brandon, back to you guys in a minute. But first, it's indeed time for our EA Sports halftime report. The Chargers just want to get back out on the field as they've looked good last week and now today. The Jets are just going to have to try and figure out a way to make a dent in this deficit. So let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first half. 3rd and goal. Here the pass would be completed into coverage, and he capped off the long drive with a touchdown as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Chargers now, they have it at the 45. Henry's wide open, able to make the grab. And he ends up at the 29-yard line before he stopped on the play. That'll do it for us here at EA Sports.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop it. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
I once had a defensive player in the NFL tell me, if I beat and dominate the guy across from me, I'm helping my team. Well, winning one-on-one battles is always a part of the game, but when you have good team defense, as we just saw there, one broken tackle, but he didn't get away because the rest of the guys arrived to put him on the ground.
Give him 12 yards there. The Chargers have a first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
The Chargers on third down. They've been excellent. 6 for 7. This is 3rd and 8.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball.
And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
That I'm struggling to understand a little bit. That close to the goal line, 1st down, run the football. If you want to throw it, throw some play action on 2nd down.
To throw on 2nd down, West. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this thing. Back now at the StubHub Center in Carson. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get this one up to the 26. 3 yards on the pickup there, still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage. Use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
It's a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down. Looking to throw on 2nd down. West. And he rifles one incomplete. Time for a break. We're back to finish this one off after this. So it's Charger football as we welcome you back from the 2-minute warning. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more 1st down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Quan Alexander in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast, and a big sack. was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And the Jets will take over. We are in the fourth and final quarter as the offense will have the football starting this drive, 1st and 10. The Chargers getting set to go. Throwing to start the drive. West. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And now they're in the hurry-up. That one looks like he'll throw here. Henry's got it out on the left side. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes. This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Spike it, cutting it close, but 2 seconds left on the clock. On the NFL scoreboard, 4th quarter now at Soldier Field. Now you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Mitch Trubisky, good game throwing the ball, over 300 passing yards. And the kick is good. So you wonder how this one might be remembered the next time these two teams meet. But until then, this game's over. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the home team here, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. everybody. I'm Larry Ridley, and this is the NFL on EA Sports. What a game we have for you here. The first meeting of the year between two of the NFL's most hostile divisional rivals. This matchup always among the most anticipated games.
So now this offense will take over, and they will have the football at their own 20-yard line. And an alley to run. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they got themselves a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the second and the third levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. If these kinds of lanes are available, you have to feel like he's going to have a pretty big game on the ground.
Yeah, you can tell early on he's got a little burst in his step, and that's a big pickup right there on first down.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's King. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
Brady going to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. These fifth-rounders, and to use him as an example, maybe you take a little bit of a flyer on someone, hope you hit goal.
Exactly, because when you get into the 5th round, you're usually not counting on him to become a starter right away. But we've seen so many times 5th, 6th, 7th, undrafted free agents who come in and make their way, and in a big way.
And you take a look at this draft class from a season ago, really it grades out as a pretty darn good class.
So you have to give a lot of credit to the entire scouting organization. General manager, personnel department, college scouts, all came together. They evaluated it very well.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off down at the 2. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the first. The offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. And coming out now, the Broncos. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So not much to speak of scoring-wise in this first quarter of play. 0-0 our score. Charles and I back to Denver after this. This one's incomplete. Well, too much oomph, too much mustard there on that pass.
They really turned it loose, didn't they? Really cut loose with that one. Sharp, strong. Didn't lead to a completion, though. Made it very difficult.
Brady again here on 2nd and 10. Throw left side complete. That's King. And he's brought down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Bouncing back nicely from that bad opening drive where he threw the interception. With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense getting the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
In just 2 minutes' time, don't forget we'll get you to Orlando for our halftime report. To bring it to you, who else but Larry Ridley?
Now that man knows his football. Go get him, Larry.
And he'll be tackled at about the 35. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Room to run past midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
Here we go now.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And now running right through it. And he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Trying to hurry to the line on the very outskirts of field goal range.
Here we go now.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hurry up, here we go.
And now they come up and spike it to stop the clock. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we're at halftime here in Denver with the Broncos leading this one. As we send you on down to our studios in Orlando, where standing by is Larry Ritt. And we will skip the highlights show this. So this offense will head back out there, already in excellent field position thanks to the interception.
No. Check. Over.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's King. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Denver has a first down on the 15-yard play. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller.
And that's a great example of ball skills.
Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. To throw, it's Brady. Over the middle, complete. It's King. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now a handoff here to his running back. inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Really good, skillful, tough running throughout this contest. Picked up first down after first down. He's got to have a nickname, doesn't he? How about the human first down machine? I think that fits.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
He didn't get the touchdown, but he did get the first down as he's tackled at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive. Because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down. Brady's going to sneak it. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. Only a yard on the sneak, not what he was hoping for, and it's 3rd down. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. It's their quarterback. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Bronco offense now set to come back out onto the field. And to give this time to the tailback. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass. There he goes left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Huge play there for Denver. 75 yards. Time running out here on the play clock. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos run. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Decent start defensively to this series. They've got to stop them here and get this ball back.
I like the way you phrase that, partner. Decent start, but now it's got to be more about the ball. It's all about the ball, getting it away from them, because making good tackles is one thing, but the clock will run out on you. You've got to have the football back for your offense.
So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And look out, a big hit to the shoulder pads took him right off his feet, right at the line of scrimmage. The Broncos send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. That's taken on the 25. 12 yards on the return that time. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On the NFL scoreboard, they are in the 4th now in Carson. Chargers have just stretched their lead with a score. And if they could hold on to that lead, it would be win number 4 on the season for them. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. And the Chiefs are going to signal for and be granted another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. And to give this time to the tailback. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's going to be taken down here at about the 10. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket.
Fielded just inside the 20. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. Brady to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now Brady. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And this will Spoons have won it. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for the Broncos, they get back in the win column as they move to 2-1 now on the year. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, they too will exit with a 2-1 record.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Everyone, I'm Larry Ridley, and you're tuned in to Madden 18 on EA Sports. Some serious pride on the line in this contest as these two divisional rivals take the field together for the first time this season. Almost a playoff atmosphere surrounding the game between these two bitter opponents. It's the Packers going up against the Vikings.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over.
Here we go.
And that's a big collision. He's knocked backward as they will mark him down right near the 27. These are his numbers from last week's contest. And Charles, how do you think he ran the football?
I thought he definitely had his moments. I did think that they could have utilized him a little bit better, and I'm definitely going to keep an eye on him to see how they're going to use him this week.
Give him 10 yards on that one, and that'll earn him a fresh set of downs. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries, just keep giving it to him. Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
They give them 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Looking left side, he's got it complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Manning now to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Manning to throw on 2nd down. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter about to get underway with the Packers in possession of the football. They're on the march, but facing a 3rd down here. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Give him a gain of 4, able to convert, and that sets up 1st and goal now. Throwing now is Manning. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Throwing is Manning, and he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. To throw, it's Manning. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Manning to throw on 2nd down. Flush to his right. Room here to run. And he'll slide down to avoid the contact. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Then he'll give it here to his running back. And down inside the 40 to about the 38. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. 3 yards to go on 2nd down. 2 minutes to go here in the 1st half. More from Minneapolis after this. Going to give this time to the tailback. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Now a handoff here to his running back. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack. And guess what?
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And what is going on here? Are they serious? First down, and they're in punt formation. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Meanwhile, in Los Angeles, an update from there. It's the Chargers out to an early lead. That one tight to this point, and you'd have to imagine it'll stay tight throughout.
All right, let's roll the highlights. Now early in the second, Smith's able to zero in on the QB here. This goes for a loss of 4. Packers now later on the drive. Browning's able to haul in the contested pass, and it's caught for the score. They go ahead by 1. Now 1st and 10, tight coverage here, but the completion is made. He caps off the 7-play drive with the score. That pushes the lead to 5. So that'll do it from our EA Sports.
This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the 3rd quarter. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on 1st down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
That was a good, strong run there. While it won't pick up a 1st down, it was definitely something needed by that offense. A positive run. They got a good push by their guys up front. Maybe something they can build on as this game continues.
Officially no gain on the sneak. Kind of a wasted play there, and now it's 3rd down.
Now, that was a little too conservative for my liking. It's only 2nd down, and they try to run the sneak. Give credit to the defense. They pushed them back and set up 3rd down.
Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. Was that 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And he slides to avoid the hit. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Manning now on 1st down. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
Now, that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit, because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6.
But it was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one.
And he will get this into the end zone. Touch. Sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll work his way across the 30 to the 32. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the fourth quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, fourth quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. And he's going to take this one down to about the 46-yard line. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now Manning. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. And to give this time to the tailback. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. Manning gonna throw here. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Able to get there and pick it. And he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. He'll look to throw. They're only in need of a field goal. A decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. He goes for 18 there as the drive will continue. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. And this is caught at the 8. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. He's back to throw. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
And he's got it. It's caught for a touchdown. And they have taken the lead here in the final seconds.
So for those of little faith, guess what?
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that, but flip it over. Making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for the Packers, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll be back home next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll try again next week at home against Philadelphia.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. This is Madden 18 on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Broncos going up against the Packers. With that, it's time to hook up with our commentators in the booth as we turn it over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Larry, from one of the truly... So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12. I'm no offensive mastermind, but of all the guys on the field to block, you might want to stop him.
Look, I've got a very simple rule. An unblocked defender is usually your best defender, and he ended up making the play there.
And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Manning. Going for a right side here, complete. And they'll get it all the way out near midfield to the 45. 22 yards of the pickup there. Here's Manning to throw. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool the defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
A crazy sequence here. A huge gain that time, but it still leaves them well short for fourth down. To throw is Manning. A man over the middle, and it's complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 30 yards on the pickup there. And it'll be a Green Bay first down. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. This offense ready to head back out there as they'll take over with a little over a minute to play in this first quarter. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Now, they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say, when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
On 1st and 10, here's Manning. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
That's very well timed there defensively, because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he's reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to be taken down, but not before reaching the 15-yard line. A good pickup there, a 22.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive and comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
A really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
Touchdown, Packers! Well, their defense did the job. They got the turnover on downs. Now what can the offense do as they take possession? Now trotting out there, the Packers getting ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Hoping now to get back in the end zone on this 4th possession. Manning again here on 2nd and 10. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Manning now on 1st down. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them, because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starting in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
He got 29 yards that time. Into the red zone now. Manning. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Now he's having a nice little first down. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Packers offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And he'll give it here to his running back. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he goes out right around the 39. You give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
Throwing on 1st down is Manning. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
When you see passes knocked down by those guys I call the frustrated fullbacks, the linebackers, you know that in their zone coverage, they were able to drop, see the ball thrown, and react to it very quickly.
Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. He got 29 yards that time. And he spikes it to stop the clock, and now if they choose, they'll have a chance at maybe a long field goal try here just before the break. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau. All right, folks, eager to get back to this week. So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. On 1st down, Manning. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he takes this one just shy of midfield all the way to the 49. A very solid gain of 27. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Manning. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. You got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
And he's got it. It's caught for a Packers touchdown. Now the offense back out onto the field as they'll take over here in the final minute of this 3rd quarter. And what is this? They're lining up here to punt on 1st down. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. Around the NFL 3rd quarter at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. Mitch Trubisky with 1 touchdown pass thus far. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. Not too shabby here. This will skip out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Late stages of the game here in the 4th quarter as this offense takes over 1st and 10. And now the Packers get set to go. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were...
Now following the interception, this offense will get another shot at it as they'll quickly head back onto the field. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. This is taken at the 18. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Broncos take over, first down. Now following the field goal, what can this offense do? We're about to find out. The Packers offense now heading back out onto the field. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well.
So they surrendered 3 points, and now after the kickoff, this offense gets ready to take over the football. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay. Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13. Elsewhere, fourth quarter score now from Baltimore. And the Dolphins think an upset. They lead in that game. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. And Charles, in this one, the fourth quarter became a lot more interesting, I know, than I anticipated. Probably you anticipated. A comeback bid falling just a little bit short.
You're never supposed to count a team out, and I know we didn't on air, but mentally, I just didn't see this type of a comeback, especially one that put them in a position to put the real pressure on them down the stretch.
So for Green Bay, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road.
I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. It's hard to imagine this not being a fun game to watch. It's the Cowboys going up against the Lions.
Nothing on the scoreboard, 0-0 as the offense gets ready to take over the football.
Watch it now, Brony, Brony!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And right with it here, over the middle. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. That's what we're used to seeing from him right there. Plays like that, why he's number 4 in the league in terms of receiving yardage.
Able to make adjustments all along the way. Doesn't matter where he lines up, where he releases from. working his way into the secondary, figures out defenses and finds weak spots in order to get open. This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Throw left side complete. That's Hoover. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. A very solid gain of 27.
But when you hit him on the move like that, he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam. Oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
And there was a big window. They're lucky they did get. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Drop you into the start this next possession. The score, 7-0. So here come the Lions now. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack, and that's what I'm seeing so far.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. A really nice gain of 25 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to hold that one in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. That's right. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks at the 24-yard line.
Watch it now, Brony, Brony.
They'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. A good pickup there at 22.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter.
And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. Offense set to take the field here as they have the football in the final minute of this first quarter. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game. They've got his man complete. And all the way down to the 35. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Back to throw now on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done. It's always tough for the guys throwing the football when they think they've got a completion and the ball's almost there, and then someone sneaks a hand or two in and bats it away.
Now back to throw. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15, just shy of the 10. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Back to throw here. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us.
After an excellent punt, this offense in a tough spot down inside their own 5. So out now come the Lions. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, You're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on second down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
And he is the NFC rating offensive player of the week. You got to think, all the guys that take the field each and every week, that's not an easy award. Always has to feel good to grab.
It has to feel great because it separates you, at least for a week, amongst your peers. And for him to separate again, he has to have the same type of a game. That means being explosive off the line of scrimmage and catching everything that comes his way.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Got his man complete over the middle. That's right. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Look to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's right. And he's going to get this one down right to the edge of the red zone of the chalk of the 20. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels
under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think,
With a little over 2 minutes to play in the second quarter, the offense gets ready to take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. When halftime rolls around in just a bit, we'll send you to Orlando. You will hear the dulcet tones of Mr. Larry Ridley with our EA Sports halftime report.
Does dulcet mean good?
Yeah, it's just something. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. Eluding the pressure right. And some room to maneuver. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Looking to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. He got 29 yards that time. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit.
Heard a coach talk about those.
So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line. This offense ready to get back out there as they'll have the football to start the third quarter. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And that one results in 35 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year. And
that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Still plenty of time left in the game. Offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. This is sort of what you would call the put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. Their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they? It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Give him 30 yards there. And these numbers on our monitor are getting hard to believe. He's closing in now right on the doorstep of 500 yards passing.
I'm glad that you watched the monitor and said it first because I had trouble absorbing that. That's big time right there, right? That means everything just about has gone right for them and his squad in this game. Let's see if they can keep it up.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. I don't even know what to say anymore. I mean, I've lost track of it. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And he will go down. A Cowboys sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there at 22. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. They'll look to throw here on first down. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions, and here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield, he was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off at the 17. He's got daylight past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. So the football will be at the 25-yard line as this offense gets set to take over. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he's brought down after a good gain. 23 yards on the play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomped it.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. And quickly they get to the line. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Got a man over the middle, and it's complete. A really nice gain of 25 yards. And we continue to see another example here of offenses just going for it.
And this game has really turned into a receiver's dream and a defender's nightmare because no one's being stopped throwing the ball downfield, and points are going on the board.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. So here come the Lions now. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Hoover. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And this is caught at the 8. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit them, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll set up to throw. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable.
Both offenses have been clicking in this one. A lot of points on the board. We'll see if that trend continues. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And his kick is right there. It's good. And that will stretch the lead up to 13. And checking that NFL scoreboard there in the 4th quarter down in Arizona. And give that one to the Cardinals as they wind up winners. If they hold on, a victory there would be their 3rd of the year. And the Lions will take the knee here with victory in the cards. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Detroit, it'll be a 500 start as the win gets them back to 2-2. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Chicago Bears. Meanwhile, for Dallas, they also will exit this one at 2-2. And they'll be back home next week for a date with the New York Jets.
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team.